I'm just going to give you a few arm exercises. Now, there's a few exercises that you can do on a reformer. Of course, not everybody has a reformer, so here's a few exercises you can do with some very small weights. You can up the weights if you want. These are only half a kg. If you haven't got any weights, you could use tins of baked beans or soup or something like that, or you could fill water bottles, small water bottles with water in them to get a nice weight on it for you. So, or you can do it without anything at all if that's, you know, what you want to do. Anyway, so we're just going to do a few lying down first of all. Now, when you're doing any arm exercises or you're moving your arms in Pilates, we want to try and keep the ribs down. So first of all, we'll just do a few breathing exercises with the ribs to get the ribs nice and engaged and working how they're meant to be. So just pop your hands onto your ribs, take some big deep breaths. Inhale, feel how your ribs expand when you inhale, and as you exhale, they close and knit together, and you'll feel your hands coming in towards each other. Just take a few of these deep breaths. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, those ribs come together and the belly pulls in and up at the same time. So inhale, belly comes out, ribs come out, and exhale, belly scoops in and ribs come in together. So that's how you want your ribs to feel when you're doing the arm exercises. It's nice and close and engaged in together. And you'll see when you lift your arms up, we'll just do a few without the weights. When you lift your arms up, when you bring them back, your ribs want to pop out. We want to try and keep the ribs down as we lift the arms back, so that the ribs don't do this, they stay there. And you can feel your back in the mat and your shoulder blades in the mat. So we'll just do a few little warm-ups here. So bring your arms back, inhale up and exhale back. Just as it is. We don't want to bring them all the way back either, because that's just going to make them, you can see how mine pop out when I do that. So just in line with your head or your ears, so you can always see your hands in your peripheral vision. So go all the way down and all the way up. All the way down and all the way up. So just get that nice feeling of the ribs staying in place and your arms are moving independently from the rest of the body, so they're moving in the joint there and nothing else is moving. The same what we do when we do our leg circles. We try to keep everything else engaged so nothing wobbles. So it's the same with the arms. Okay, so let's start. Grab hold of your weights, your cans, your water bottles, whatever it is you have, and just bring your arms up to the ceiling and then bring them back to the ears and then all the way back. Keep the shoulder blades in the mat if you can, nice and pulled in so they're engaged and the ribs are down and the arms are nicely working. And you're getting a nice movement inside that joint and down. And just keep it going and all the way down. And all the way down. Now we're going to move on to do some arm circles. So we're going to circle around. Again, we're not doing massive circles, they're just sort of ovals to the side, so that the shoulder blades are staying nice and controlled and the arms are nicely working. Around. Just concentrate, have a look at your both hands, both arms working in the same circles. Is one trying to do something the other's not? Trying to keep them under control. Nicely moving in the same circles as each other, and then reverse it back the other way. And again, don't forget the ribs and the belly. Everything's working, not just the arms, everything's working to move the arms. Nice and controlled, all the way up and down, up to the ceiling, around, and down. Now, bring your arms down to the mat. So we're just going to do some little triceps rather, and down. Engage through the back of the arms. Keep those ribs under control. do that, I suppose, if you were lying on your bed. If you had a nice, nice firm bed or mattress, you could do it on your bed. You can do it on the floor. If you can't get down onto the floor, it's fine to do it on your bed, And then we're going to do some standing up ones. So we're going to stand up Pilates start. So we've got our ankles together, legs pulled in and up, bellies pulled in and up. Everything's working, ribs are down. And we're going to just zip up, like you've got a zip on the end of your little weights there. You're going to zip in and up and bring it down. If you've got a mirror, you can look into a mirror. Make sure your elbows are doing the same thing. If you haven't got one side doing more than the other side, zip it up and zip it down, and zip it up and zip it down. Now, even though these weights are really light, after a while you can feel them working a little bit. And again, up and down. Now we're going to open them out and just bring them in and up. Again, not heavy weights, but you can still use your muscles as if you are pulling in really strong weights. Lift and release, nice and slow. So don't let the arms just flop out. You're engaging all the way and up and down. Now we're going to open out to a V up, a bit higher. In and out. Again, engage as you pull them in and release and in and down. And squeeze and down. And squeeze and down. And squeeze and down. And again, squeeze and out. Now, some sprinklers. Remember those little sparkles when you have on firework night? That's what we're pretending we've got our sparkles. Now we don't want our body to be wobbling all over the place. We want to try and keep the body nice and still, and just the arms are moving. So you sprinkle your sparklers up, all the way up, and then circle the opposite way to come back down. Sparkle, 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 all the way down and up. And again, as I said, this weight's not very heavy, but depending on how many times you sparkle, you can make it work for you. And we'll go one more time up, all the way to the top, and again down. Try to keep that body nice and still. Ribs are tucked in, belly's working. There we go, and we're going to bring it out to the side now. Now again, just little circles, backwards and forwards. Try to keep the body still and the arms are working. You should feel, even with these really light weights, you'll start to feel it in your shoulders a little bit now. And bring it back. You can do as many as you like. If you're not feeling it, just keep going. And then we'll reverse it the other way. So you can work up, again, if you want to be heavier weights or no weights, anything is good, whatever you feel like in that day. Keep the body squeezed and working. I can begin to feel it a bit now. And bring it down all the way out. And give yourself a little shake. And there you go, a few little arm exercises. Again, play with the weights, depending on how you feel. These are really good exercises to do with little kids, because nice light weights, or older members of the family. You can do them sitting down on a chair for older people if they don't want to stand up. There's lots of different options, but and to make it harder or easier for yourself. All right, well, enjoy.